In between your third-dimensional reality and your multi-dimensional reality is a portal. More and more, you are connecting your 3D earth body with your multi-dimensional light body. With every higher thought and loving emotion, that portal expands to encompass both and all versions of your current expression of self, as well as ever-increasing dimensions of your multi-dimensional self. There are mental enzymes within your pineal gland that are geocoded transmitters that tell you where you are in space/time, and or in the here/now of the higher dimensions. These transmitters receive and project all fifth-dimensional and beyond thoughts through your pineal gland and into your pituitary gland, to be sent into every area of your body via your endocrine system. However, these messages are not sent until your brain determines whether or not you believe that this transmission/perception is real. The light quotient in your brain will differentiate real versus not real. The light quotient in your brain is determined by your state of consciousness. If you are in a higher dimensional state of consciousness, you will perceive light, auras, angels, galactic, miracles, peace, and hope as real. You will also perceive darkness and illusion as not real. If you are in a lower state of consciousness, illusions, bad news, and the myriad forms of darkness become real, and light, ascension, and transcendence are not real. Once your belief system determines that a stimuli is real, it is received by your pineal gland, sent to your pituitary gland, and then distributes through your body via your endocrine system. On the other hand, if your belief system determines that the stimulus is not real, it will go into your mental computer's trash can as junk mail. The determination of real or not real is determined by the light quotient within your brain. When you consciously perceive and accept higher frequency perceptions, experiences, communications, etc., you create a higher light quotient in your brain because you have determined that higher frequency experiences are real. Once you have allowed the higher light quotient into your brain by maintaining a higher state of consciousness, your pituitary gland of the 6th chakra and the pineal gland of the 7th chakra merge to open your third eye. Joining your pineal and pituitary glands open the third eye. The pituitary gland is about the size of a pea, and is located behind the center of your forehead, between your eyes. Therefore, the 6th chakra is often called the brow chakra. The pituitary gland is known as the master gland because it acts as a main control center that sends messages to all the other glands from its two lobes, which are the posterior lobe and the anterior lobe. The pituitary gland prompts the proper growth of glands and organs, and regulates sexual development. The pituitary gland is called the seat of the mind, with the frontal lobe regulating emotional thoughts such as poetry and music, and the anterior lobe regulating concrete thought and intellectual concepts. On the other hand, the pineal gland is known as the seat of illumination, intuition, and cosmic consciousness. The pineal gland is similar to intuition, whereas the pituitary gland is similar to reason. The pineal gland is cone-shaped and is located in the middle of your brain behind, and just above, the pituitary gland. The pineal gland contains pigments similar to that found in the eyes, and is connected to the optic thalami, hence, it controls the action of light on your body. The pineal gland is located in the posterior end of the third ventricle of the brain, and the pituitary gland is located in the roof of the third ventricle. It is the joining of the essences of these two glands in the third ventricle of your brain that opens your third eye. The pineal gland acts in two ways to inhibit the action of the pituitary gland. First, the pituitary gland is responsible for activating adolescence and the beginning of sexuality, and the pineal gland checks the pituitary gland to prevent premature sexual awakening. Second, human thought is regarded as a result of suspended action, and the pineal gland inhibits the immediate discharging of thoughts into action. This inhibition causes you to look inward and to deeply ponder your actions and reactions. This introversion is important for self-realization, as it displaces our attention from the outer world to the inner. When the external world disappears, your circle of consciousness contracts because your primary attention is focused on your inner self. It is this inner attention that magnetizes spiritual light into the pineal gland. The third ventricle of the brain is a narrow opening lying near the base of the cerebral hemispheres, and separating the two thalamic areas. These thalamic areas are the brain's storehouse of all your sensory perceptions. When the pituitary and pineal glands are fully developed and stimulated through meditation on the 6th and 7th chakras, their vibrations fuse and activate the third eye. Once the third eye is open, you have personal access to higher knowledge. The open third eye is called the eye of the soul. The pineal gland is often dormant because your third-dimensional self is usually focused on the outer, sensate world, rather than the higher spheres. Through practices such as meditation and yoga, you can remember how to allow that cosmic light to descend into your individual body through the optic thalamic nerve connection of the crown chakra. The human brain has a fundamental resemblance to a human, androgynous embryo. The pituitary gland holds the positive, masculine charge, and the pineal holds a negative, feminine charge. When the masculine and feminine energies meet in the brain, it is known as the mystical marriage. This mystical marriage initiates the birth of your multidimensional consciousness, and your conscious passage into the fifth dimension and beyond. The mystical marriage occurs when our Kundalini force awakens and rises up your spine. The Kundalini is the highest infinite energy, which is coiled up and dynamic, at the base of your human spine. Within the Kundalini force, contact is made between the infinite, divine creative energy, and the finite, physical sexual energy. In order to gain your highest spiritual potential while incarnated in a physical form, the great mass of Kundalini energy locked in the root chakra must be released to travel up to your crown chakra. The rising Kundalini pulls its great energy field up from Mother Earth, through the nerve channels in the core of your spine, and into the medulla oblongata, through the pons area of your brain, and then into the pituitary gland behind your eyes. Meanwhile, the pineal gland has also received this Kundalini light from the higher dimensions. The root chakra, at the base of your spine, represents your connection to the feminine goddess energy that is manifest in the body of planet Earth. The crown chakra, at the top of your head, represents the masculine god energy that exists as pure potential in the non-physical dimensions. Kundalini energy radiates from the prana within the earth from the sun. Kundalini is known in the Eastern world as the goddess Shakti. When goddess Shakti is awakened, she sweeps us up in her tremendous passion to reunite with her Lord Shiva in the crown chakra. This mystical marriage symbolizes the combining of the male and female energies within your bodies, and the awakening of your multidimensional consciousness. In the Western world, the Kundalini is symbolized by the medical symbol of the caduceus, the rod with two snakes coiled around it in spirals. At the top are two wings, which are images of Mercury or Hermes, who are the messengers of the gods. The caduceus is the symbol for healing, health, and transformation. The center rod symbolizes the spinal cord. In yoga philosophy, the center cord is called the Sushumna, and it represents the grounding, neutral cord of the three parts of the rising Kundalini. The left cord is the Ida, which represents the feminine side. It is negatively charged, ends in the left nostril, and has characteristics of coolness related to the moon. The right side is called the Pingala, which represents the masculine side. It is positively charged, ends in the right nostril, and has characteristics of heat related to the sun. The Ida and the Pingala represent the masculine and feminine energies, which you all carry regardless of your gender. The Kundalini has two aspects. One aspect is often perceived as the outer, cosmic energy of spiritual life force. In China this force is known as Qi, in Japan it is known as Gi, in India it is known as Prana, and in the West it is known as the Holy Spirit. You all have Kundalini energy running through your bodies, or you would not be able to live, for it truly is our life force. Kundalini is the energy that pervades and enervates the world as you experience it. The temple of your third eye is in the sacred triangle of the third ventricle within your brain. When your third eye is opened, you will no longer be limited to the illusions of the third and fourth dimensions, for you will see, feel, and experience the higher light of universal energy as it flows through all life. This experience could be quite overwhelming, and it may take some time before you learn how to turn off the flow so that you can attend to your mundane tasks, or turn on the flow for knowledge, renewal, and unconditional love. Be patient with yourself. You have grown accustomed to the structure that illusions have provided for you. With the opening of your third eye, the flow of multidimensional light will provide you with a higher dimensional structure. As you compare these differing structures of reality, you will realize that the structure of illusion is static and unwavering. Conversely, the structure of the higher light of universal energy is dynamic and ever-changing. With the higher light flowing through your life, reality becomes a series of windows of opportunity that present themselves as choices. You may choose yes, or you may choose no. These choices are made with your attention. When you ignore a window, you choose no, and when you attend to the window, you choose yes. Hence, once your third eye is opened, you must be vigilant about where you place your attention. The window that you attend to, or ignore, will be the reality that you enter, or deny. It is the now for you all to expand your conscious awareness to your highest potential of self. We are now being called into active duty to assist Gaia in her process of transmutation. Therefore, you must first begin, continue, and/or escalate your own process. You will find the process that best serves you within your own self. In fact, this process must begin with yourself, for how can you share what you do not possess? However, you all possess the inner enlightenment of which we have spoken. Even if you are sick, or tired, or lost, or even trapped in the darkness, you are filled with inner light. Therefore, it is the now to open your third eye, so that you can see the truth that resonates just beyond the shadow of the lies. With your open third eye, you can see the real you in the mirror instead of the human form that you are wearing. We remind you to look into your mirror to see your face, then, look into your eyes, then into your pupils. As you look into your own eyes, have an honest discussion with your own self. Then, look into your pupils to imagine fifth-dimensional thought and see the glow of your own inner light as it radiates from your eyes. Then, just above your eyes, look into your third eye in the center of your forehead. Can you believe that you have opened your third eye? Can you release the expectations and judgments of your ego in order to perceive the calm realizations of your multidimensional self? Yes, yes you can. Yes, you are yourself. In fact, you are here now with your galactic family, looking through the eyes in the mirror to remind you that, we are here now. We are inside of you. We are you. We come to you to remind you to remember what you already know, which is, it is the now to be your multidimensional self, not only in your meditations, but in your daily life. Blessings to you all.